So hello everyone, Myrmonden here. Welcome to my live extended review, for the short review afterward of My Academia, chapter 104. We saw last week, right, that was kind of cooler to us doing. It's like, I'm just gonna fucking harden, you know, it's gonna get harder, yeah. It's gonna get harder, it's gonna get my stuff harder, yeah. And it was kind of weird, but a little, I liked it in one way, right? It's so simple-minded, so it was kind of like cool in one way. But yeah. I am expecting this other guy, this random Yakuza type, whatever, that he's probably gonna burn out. I mean, I feel predictable. Maybe I read too much Marvel in my life, but it feels predictable that they're using this kind of like speed up drug to get better powers, but they're crazy powers. So he would likely, you know, probably die or something, right? Probably from the drug. It feels like it has to be some kind of huge disadvantage, right? Because if for the person that has that quirk, it's clear, probably Eric, touches them, whatever, and give them that power. They can probably control it better, right? Just taking like an extracted drug of that power, you know, some kind of serum of the power that's likely to just make you burst, right? So I think he will die or get this kind of coma or something probably after Rise has beaten him. It's probably gonna burn up. I think it's very predictable. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong in one way, but I don't know. But it's that probably gonna happen. So let's see. Yeah, his whole body is doing it. Okay, so we're gonna do it for a short time. 40 minutes. Yeah, that's right. I want to station there, guys. 30 to 40 minutes. That is really, really long. Though. That shouldn't be. That's much of a mistake. Usually, it's like I can only use my best power for 3 minutes, maybe 5 at best. 40 minutes? That's a huge. Most battles are over by a long shot, man. But okay, yeah. It's like 40 minutes. That's my limits. But yeah, okay, that sounds quite good actually. Oh shit, yeah. It shoots out like gigantic, yeah, whatever, like concentration here of his kind of weird vector, whatever power he has on his body. Yeah, and he blocks it because the people are, yeah, he's protecting people behind him. So takes it on his body, right? Yeah, people is like stores or whatever, houses next to him, so on, yeah. There's all those blades at him. Yeah, pure force. Yeah, just go at him. And he, and he punched him with a gut punch, red gauntlet. Nice. Then afterwards he goes to his normal. So yeah, no drawback. Go into the super hard form. What? That must have been a mistake there. You just barely made it time limit. That sub earlier, let's go back here quite quickly. That sub must, yeah, that must have been, they must have done a mistake there. And push up subbing it. I mean, yeah, it made no sense 34 minutes because now also he's saying I just made it in my time limit. Time limit. Obviously that should said 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah. I haven't looked at the draw, but yeah, that definitely should be like 3 to 4 minutes. It also makes 10 times more sense because what's the draw when saying, oh, my limit is 40 minutes. But that makes sense. So that was a mistake there. I should have said 3 minutes, not 30 minutes. Clearly. Okay, he's gonna go back to his normal kind of crying face. Huh, weird. It's like a fit weird off. I'm expecting some drawback. There's always a drawback in any damn and similar sort of drawback using this kind of powers. Yeah, obviously was lying. That's pretty smart actually, because he's using those kind of arrow or whatever vector thing to shoot them out behind himself, make him blast forward, right? Because he's shooting like this kind of metal. Whatever it is, like, yeah, I know it's like bone or metal. It's not really explained. I think it's kind of like yeah, metal blades. So that yeah, so he pushes himself forward. So it's a pretty good plan actually. Yeah. Yeah, here comes the fat guy. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. He just grabs him, yeah. Fat guy just grabs him. And he's like absorbs him into his body, like he's getting into his stomach. What the hell? Oh no, that's horrible. It's like stuck inside. Yeah, he's trying to blade the sound, it doesn't work. Getting crushed by his fat. Fat observation is his power. Fat gum quirk. Almost like Totoro. his body can sink into him. So he can absorb that guy's body, I suppose. Yeah, this old man is like, I can see you taking the blades by purpose. That's a real hero. This random old man is like, you're awesome. You're awesome, kid. Yeah. Okay, and also Fat Gum is complimenting him. That's good. That's good. I always like this character, yeah. It's like honest, you know, honest simpleton hero. Huh. Interesting, because Fat Gum is like, they have more. This is very interesting, because Fat Gum is like, it's probably produced in Asia, because they have an American drug version that lasts for 1 to 2 hours. That gives you better quirks. But it's probably not the same thing though. I guess this is very much probably made by the same guy that did the reverse thing. That I'm certain of. But yeah, so they have more powers. They have more of this kind of drug quirk thing. It's not the first time though. That might help Sanity though, because they have probably, if you can give people, you know, drugs that give you powers for a short minute and probably die whatever afterwards, you probably also have people that can also depower people. So if that's the new thing, then probably someone has some kind of depowering drug as well, right? So that could help Sun Eater, hopefully. Okay, so you use it with cops, Fat Gum. Yeah, so kind of need pistols. Yeah, I mean, he's lost his power stats. Very interesting to see if it's permanent. I'm very, very intriguing. The biggest part to know is Sunny to know, you know, use a human again. That's the biggest part. He has to be the power permanently from a human. It's Sun Senpai, he's a human now. Okay, yeah. So interesting, yeah, because it says it there. So, Because next page is Fat Gum is like, I know about drugs that can boost your power of your quirks, but I've never heard of powers that can remove quirks. Okay, so that is a new thing then, yeah. Okay, so the moving is a new thing, so that probably means it's at least temporarily permanent until they might find the person with the power or something. Probably. I'm guessing that if you find people that can do it, or whatever, how to make it, then they probably can figure out how to do it with their curse or / technology. But yeah, like they probably can't, they probably cannot do it without that, right? Probably not. Okay, Shima back in school. Bakugo is pissed off because he doesn't get any. I was like, he's more famous than me though? Yeah, classic Bakugo. Yeah, and then you have the Ryoko, the female team ups. Yeah, so it's like the Uraka and Sue as well. Probably when they beat, maybe when they beat her with the Hadio girl, the wave girl. You're gonna be the new Mount Lady. I see the reasonable girl. He's like, oh, so jealous. Yeah, she never gets any photos on her, right? Whenever she does, no one ever know who she is because no one can see her. And Ishida, of course, is like, yeah, Ida is like, you have to do your work, yeah, study. And then he's like, yay, study. Yeah, so here you see the girl again, right? Deku's like, I'm thinking about Togata Senpai and Naita and all my blah blah. And he's like, but I was thinking about that girl, yeah. So obviously, I mean, I think it's very opposite. She has to be kind of the original removal of power side. It seems so reasonable to me. It's her, right? It's about her. It's about the Yakuza and her, or the new main character in this arc, right? And we have this removal of powers. Yeah, it's so obvious. It's her. Like, who even would bother making a Tiro video, but, you know, maybe I should do it, I don't know, I think it's so obvious. It's ridiculously obvious. It's like this, the first, like, whoever would it be, like, who else would it be? The city Yakuza can blast people up, right, so, yeah, maybe he was that, but that would make no sense, what's the need her for them? Okay, so no, Jack could be enough with Red Riot. Kanske, ja. And then they run into some kind of like, I escorted to the station hero. Oh yeah, this might be the hero theme thing talked about before the whole drug chapter here. Definitely. So the Ryoko team and Night Eye team and Fat Gum, I suppose. Yeah, and maybe someone else. Because you also see Uruka here and Sue and so on. And yes, yeah, so they all go in, you know. Yeah. Yeah, here they have the senpais, yeah. So here they have the 3 legendary senpais there, yeah. Sun Eater with that powers now, Togeta, the phaser guy, and of course Hado girl, just waves, the wave girl. Yeah, the big 3. And then of course you see the smaller heroes. I see Bubblegum girl, her name is the Gyro girl, yeah. Ryoku, some more Fat Gum, yeah, some more random heroes than I've seen before. Some kind of female Ninja Kanuchi behind Ryoko, some kind of bug guy. Rage there, I think, and then it's like some kind of weird bug guy. Probably Torino there. So some tiny pushes from Bubble. That is probably Torino now, Gran Torino. The guy from the Black Coast, is that the Flash guy? Probably not. This says that okay, clones, right? He's similar to him, but I don't think it's him. Yeah, it's Gran Torino, yeah. Not be obvious though. I mean, it's like super short, like the 1 meter tall guy right there. Then of course he goes and hugs Ryoku because Hado girl is a kind of weird, she has a kind of weird, you know, personal space problem, right? Like, yay, boss! Yeah, and she always suspects Night Eye, is like Sir Night Eye, maybe it's like Night Eye Sama, maybe in English, maybe, yeah. And this is probably to attack the Yakuza then. Night Eye has gathered everyone to attack the Yakuza probably. Yeah, the eye chips of death, so the Yakuza. Yeah. Okay, so pretty good chapter. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good chapter. It's generally a good chapter. Like, yeah, it finishes up the battle. I like the whole. One thing, a couple of things though, a couple of questions I still have that unfortunately wasn't answered, and that is mainly, of course, like, is it permanent? That's the biggest question. Is this thing that suddenly took hit by him? Is he has powers now? Why would it be different? Like in that sense, is that still going on? I'm guessing it is. Fortunately for him, that wasn't answered. And also, as I predicted before I saw it, but maybe I was wrong. I also wasn't really told. Unfortunately, is there a drawback using the quirk drug? It seems to be very, you know, needs to the face so wants to kind of control it, but it's you know. It's a kind of life expectation, whatever, that you lose by using the drug. That would have as well. Didn't get it either. Like, Fat Gum just beat him very easily by absorbing it into the body, and that means, like, whatever. So, unfortunately, we didn't get that. However, though, Fat Gum did confirm that, okay, there are drugs that boosting your quirk. Makes sense. Typical thing that someone would develop whatever kind of, you know, boosting your body, DNA, or whatever. But no one's ever been able to depower the force. That's a new thing. So that is obviously, I think, very clear what area the Yakuza girl can do. It's very, very obvious. I think I'll bet them on that. But yeah, so we get that kind of slightly more of that, but not really like if it's permanent or whatever, or it's drawbacks. So I wish we had a little more of that in this chapter. Otherwise, it was nice. I love the scene. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, kid, you're good, man. I see you being you're a good hero." That was nice. That was nice. So see him thinking about I have to actually taunt him and get power on me and so on. And of course, it's also nice how, like how it ended with him beating this, you know, random loser Yakuza guy, right? And he's like, okay, He's trying. Okay, I'm just gonna like punch him and then door. It's like, no, I tricked you. I'm a dishonest bastard. It's like, yeah, that was really nice. How he just super alright. So he's like, oh yeah, it's probably giving up now. Like, oh, it's maybe he will grow from that. Actually, probably shouldn't trust the villains. Right? So yeah, classic kind of new mistake there. So that's all good and dandy, and then we get the ending, which is like, okay, it's a build up. Then we saw a few chapters back before this whole Red Riot fighting the Dry Guys. Right? Before all that, we saw the Ryu was talking about some team up, you know, with the different Night Eye and Fat Scam, I suppose, and some more guys we saw earlier. And that was obviously why they're all suddenly on the same train, going to the same place, right? Because what a coincidence, yeah. Because we always know that from that chapter a few chapters back, right, that we're gonna have this team up. So VS3 knew that, and also because we learn, which is very important, we learn that it's about fighting the Yakuza, fighting the 8 perception of death, whatever we call it, yeah. Which is of course the big main guys. And again, then I would say that it's so obviously emphasized. They probably are fucking 10, 20 videos on YouTube like, I have a theory, this is good. Jesus Christ, guys. If someone hasn't already, I mean, that is the most predictable thing ever. And I think, again, as I have said in most of the videos sometimes, but when you see that Deku is like, okay, I can come to charge with Togeta and All Might at Night, it feels good now. Like, I'm pretty happy about that whole scenario now. But, what about that girl? It's like, that makes me sad. Yeah, that kind of thing is like, yeah, that girl is obviously very important for the story. Because it's yet again emphasized that Deku, the main character, is thinking about, yeah, what about that young girl? What about her? Just after we see, oh, someone can suddenly depower humans, or sorry, depower programs into humans. And then we see next page, Deku's like, what about that girl? It's like that. It's so obvious. It's so enormously predictable. I would be very surprised if it was something else, but I very much don't think it would be. And it would be too weird. Like, it might work out, but it would be weird because the whole thing, like, get back here, she's supportive of our plan, you know, all the things. Like, it's so much build up that she is the one that can depart people. It's also such a classic. I said earlier, also other weeks, but it's so classic too because she's obviously a small, tiny, you know, framed person. You're probably young. But she can depower All Might because she has the power, she has the anti-power ability, and that's also very common. You usually have someone like, I think what's her name, Lori or something like that in House of M in like Marvel, but she has the kind of weird like she has like reality, most kind of anti-reality powers. So everyone gets in the House of M is the warped reality, which she knows the real life. She's like, oh, I'm this tiny kid, but I know reality of not reality because I have anti-reality warping powers, which is super cool to have. Right now, right, and then she can unlock all the people's, you know, dreams or like the real reality, so on, by talking to them and like touching them, whatever. And it's very classic Caliban as well. So it's very, very classic that you have someone that is, you know, Ben Franklin, so yeah, and more all the time. But yeah, the kid in Bleach, for example, had like the fantasy power, like a dream of stuff. Yeah, it's like. It's very common that you have a kid, right, in manga and anime, and all of course, like Western comics, X-Men, whatever, Marvel, also DC and so on, that you have a kid, right, with some kind of weird, like, oh, this is a small child, but he or she has this kind of like super power that's very abstract, like, okay, I can warp reality, or I can summon stuff, or I can do this or this. I can, yeah, or for example, classic, I can depower people by touching them, or spitting them, or whatever. Or I can heal people, like them in Dragon Ball, I can heal people. I'm this small kid, but I can heal everyone to full health in like 1 minute. That is super good to have, you know, except not in battle. Right? It's also very classic, or Suguri in One Piece. It's also classic to the usually are horrible at battles also, right? Because usually the powers are useless one-on-one, right? Even if you can depower someone, maybe you have to touch them for this amount of minute, maybe you have to blend them, or they can kill you if you're super fast and strong with every one punch. So you can't do much about it, but if someone helps you, you're super strong, right? If you're like a support character. It's very, very classic. Very, very classic. And everything's building up to that, so I would be extremely surprised if she isn't the one behind the power thing. Especially because it's like a red herring line, he's like, new drug. Next page. About that girl, like, yeah, like 1 page later, yeah. Pretty much like the next page, like one half page later, it's like, yeah, about that girl. Yeah, there's not much between the Red Riot the fame thing, and also the Uraka and Sue like, oh, your face with hard. Yeah, it was one page in between, but that was kind of like still on that same storyline, right? And that was like his Deku's talk back to the main character, thinking about, okay, that girl, yeah. So that's very good, very clear. Also, this chapter's a little issue. The pacing was a little slow. It's a little like, okay, there's a lot of panning out here, like. We actually did that. Yeah, that was obviously this issue chapter that it kind of panned out a little too much on like, okay, everyone's going here, or you're going there, or you're on the train with me. That's like 2-3 pages for that. They probably could be like 1 page when they all meet up each other and then see the senpais. Okay, like 2 pages max, I would say. But probably was like 3 pages or 4 pages. That longer. I wasn't going back and we just check it again. Yeah, just have that thing. Yeah, they don't go out 1, 2. Yeah, it's 2 pages of them going, but it feels like it's like 2.5 or so. Because the setup of the school thing, and then it's like you see everyone, which is nice. There's more good characters, so on, some new characters, I guess, like the Kunuchi there, also this bug guy. But still, you know, it's about like 3.5 or so pages, right? And also, yeah, I saw the hug with Ryuko. It does give us some storyline, of course, but. This cat thing when it says like Gran Torino and you know Sensei, like yeah, Aizawa Sensei, that kind of thing, and then we see the Yoki hug. I feel that probably was is very unnecessary to me, right? They kind of skip the part where we see Gran Torino and Aizawa Sensei. We can see the hug here between Ryoko and Haro because that'd be interesting. She's a very touchy kind of person, weird. They have all the senpais are weird, right? All the 3 top senpais are weird, right? So that's interesting for her character and so on, right? And also Ryoko's okay with it, you know, just like to actually she just called her like her mom or something, or very familiar tone in one shot. I haven't read it raw, so I don't know exactly what it actually mean, but it feels like she is like, you know, mom or big sis, something like that. So this is very like familiar with her. Might be her mother or something, but probably could say Ryoko again. So they are quite similar, like the more blonde and so on. Quite similar body frames, whatever, right? How they look, but probably not. I think it's more like she's always like, yeah, big sis. It's probably more like that, right? It's a very like, you know, come and hug me. Yeah, like I'm just super happy girl, you know. It's like, oh, totally. She's that kind of girl, right? Super familiar, super friendly with everyone. That's probably her personality. But they all have weird personalities, right? She's like overly friendly. That's her personality, probably, right? Some of her like, you know, quirks, personality. But so that's a little interesting. But all the pages here, like especially half of this page, then we see like that it is whatever. That actually is a panning out, filling out. The page I would say doesn't give you anything. You can say, oh yeah, I saw it there. Yeah, I saw it last page, right? This is like 4.5, 5 pages of this. This could probably be like 2 pages, maybe even 1 page. But that'll be a little too tight. But I'll say 2 pages. So that's also I feel it's an issue at the end of this manga. Something to kind of like do this kind of panning shots, right? So yeah, we see all these heroes. Oh yeah. Then it's like we still see these 5, 7, whatever guys, and then again it's like, you know, zoomed in panels of kind of the same image last time, right? Which you don't actually need if you don't explain them more. And that's a problem there, because if they actually, this is unfortunately what could be done here is instead of having like Aizawa and Gran Torino, we could zoom in on this bug guy, right? Well, they could be like, oh, that's Mr. You know, Bugman. He can control insects and do this and this. That would be better, much better. Like when you introduce a new character, or this Kunuchi, like she's a kind of ninja girl. What can she do? Maybe she can become invincible and whatever. Throw some. I don't know. Like yeah, like that could be better if Deku was like, oh, that's the famous ninja that can do these things, or like Uraka was like, oh, that's my idol, the classic. She's one of the hottest girls ever. I also want to be her growing up. Super rich, yeah, famous assassin or whatever. That would be much more worthwhile. Absolutely, a new character, but still, it's kind of weird. And actually, the more thing about it, it's kind of lazy because it's like, okay, so you have this big page where you show like 10 heroes, and then you have this in-zoom of like 3 of them, and instead of giving us 3 new heroes or whatever, you just give us 2 we really don't care about because we know a lot of them anyway, and it's like, oh, this guy is the names. We already know those names. Whatever. Really meaningless. And then we see, okay, at least some story here, or relationship story with Ryoko and Haru also. That's at least something. But it still is kind of like, you know, you could have used the other page, whatever, the other patterns for much more work. And also, as before this, we had the thing, okay, we're going here, samples are weird, we're going there. That's just like, okay, this could have been done much better. So, a little unfortunate there. There was thinking about less I liked the chapter, and I think it's kind of obvious when I probably look at my own reaction afterwards if I do that I probably will see myself reading every page, you know, quite the same speed, let's say 1 minute per page, until maybe like page 15 or so, and then it's like 6-7 pages left. And then suddenly I probably reach like 1 page per minute. Then suddenly, you know, those are 1 minute, right? I don't know exactly, but that's kind of my guess. It felt like, you know, the first half or the first 2 quarters, whatever, 2/3, maybe a quarter, whatever, something, 60-70%. That was like, okay, this is good. This is like, yeah, good pacing, good story, good characters. Then it's like, oof, you know, you just quickly speed run through it because it's like nothing. Okay, the end. Because it really was nothing in between the fight and the end, really. Like a few jokes, not really interesting, no new character introduced. Just one panel, which is something that's interesting, but not else for interesting at all. So it's like a 7 out of 10 chapter maybe for me, something like that. The more thinking about it, the less good it was, because the first half was really good, the second half was not good at all, actually. Yeah, just nothing. And as I said then, okay, I'm in the reviews, I can think about myself, right, but I would have spoiled a little more time just showing. It would make more sense though. You don't even have to explain them. You can just name them. You can say that Ulrika is like, oh, that's one of my female idols. She was one of these super famous, you know, she's number 4 or the highest female, whatever she can be. Or they could be like, oh, the bug man, yeah, you can summon huge bug, that's cool, whatever. That could be. You don't even have to say what they do. You say her name. That would be more interesting, much more interesting. And you would still have, if you're the author, be like, I haven't really decided on this Kunoichi's power. Can she control shadows, or can she do this, or can she do clone map, whatever, right? She's a ninja, but yeah, she's been before in the manga, right? So you see them before, but never heard her name. So why don't you say her name? That could be something, right? Or something. So it's kind of like a lost opportunity to me. So the more thinking about Little Like It, yeah, because not really happened, and it felt like you had a chance there to do better. Also the joke was like, oh, go to the same place, all the same are here. Kind of like, because we already know that. If you hadn't ended the previous chapter with saying, okay, this is gonna be, you know, a team of, then that would be also be my word, I guess. So anyway, guys, see you next week. Have a great day.